Chapter 5. His State of Affairs. The state of being either a consumer or a buyer is individualized for each man. A man lives in one state or another according to having fulfilled his deepest needs of achievement, independence, and connection to other people. When in the state of a consumer, a man will not commit because he does not feel ready and capable of taking on the responsibility of a wife and/or children. Modern women balk at this premise because they know that they are capable of taking care of themselves, and in most cases do not require a man to support them or even their children. While this is rational and may be factual, it doesn't change a man's reasoning, feelings, or state of being. No matter how far we have come sociologically and technologically, a man's biological and anthropological drives are to hunt, procreate by spreading his seed, and provide for and protect his family clan. Women's inherent biological and anthropological drives are to procreate and nurture offspring to adulthood. These distinctive drives are for the purpose of humans surviving as a species. While primal drives may look different in today's world, our deepest hardwiring is as the mammal beings that we are. Men still receive deep, ego-gratifying satisfaction from providing, protecting, procreating, and proving they can attain what it is they aim to achieve. Now, instead of bringing home a kill to feed his clan, a modern man hunts and fights in whatever career he has chosen. In present day, a guy proves his manhood by succeeding in the world so that he can afford the best food and maintain the safest and best cave for his family. No longer does a man have to be physically stronger than other men to become king of the jungle. In modern society, intellectual, athletic, or artistic achievement, as well as attaining the most desirable woman or women and other material goods, provide men with a sense of accomplishment. Achievements serve to display a man's success to the world, especially to other men or competitors. No matter which time period we're talking about, a man's ability to provide for his family and/or to be the top lion of the pride, or his circle of peers, is the way in which he identifies and judges himself as a success or failure. A man also forms and maintains his sense of identity by knowing, feeling, and being seen as a strong, competent, achieved, and knowledgeable creator, builder, and fixer of tangible things, not emotional needs. These identity needs are as intrinsic to men as most women's inherent needs are to feel desired, loved, and honored by those to whom they feel connected. Generally, a woman's needs are not as fixed as a man's. Whether this is due to the greater interhemispheric exchange in a woman's brain or a greater flexibility in social norms is open to debate. Though it appears to be a bit of both, the scientific medical community is beginning to see the greater influence of nature versus nurture. Boys to men. As boys grow into men, they generally spend most of their time and energy to prove their male prowess to the world intellectually, athletically, financially, or in some way related to achievement. Want to test this notion? See how a man reacts to not knowing something or being able to do something that he deems as inherently masculine. Conversely, observe how uncomfortable a man becomes when forced to do something that he views as inherently feminine. Again, this will be to a greater or lesser degree depending on where a man falls on the horizontal line of gender traits. But generally speaking, men do not spend a great deal of their time thinking about their relationships. Men focus on achieving tangible goals. When interested in a particular woman, a man's goal can include proving that he is her pick over an equally adept challenger, even if he wasn't particularly interested in the woman when the challenger was not present. Time is no present. Men have a difficult time understanding why it is that women think so much about the future of their romantic relationships, because they believe that committed relationships simply happen when it's the right time. Men are innately attracted to most all females and anthropologically wired to spread their seed at any given time. This vast difference from women affords men the knowledge that when the time is perfect, they can easily find a woman to whom they'll be attracted, and it is then that they will take on the responsibility of commitment. Men do not think about or relate to time through their relationships. Men mostly relate to time in terms of their education, career goals, and avocational interests. Ask a man when he plans to graduate, what he has planned for his entire career until he retires, or how he is training for an upcoming triathlon, and he'll lay out an intricate mental map complete with verbal graphs and timeline charts. He may even have everything planned and plotted out on an app. Ask him about his plans for marriage and having a family, and he'll likely say something vague like, "Someday," or "Before I'm too old to play catch with my kids." A man is mainly focused on the moment and is in the moment in terms of his relationships. If it feels good and is without complication now, then that's all that matters to him. A man will decide tomorrow if his relationship supports, or at least doesn't get in the way of, his main reason to be: to achieve and prove himself to be strong, capable, and competent in whatever he is doing professionally, educationally, artistically, athletically, or anything else in which he endeavors. A man's time warp. Many women make the mistake of interpreting a man's state of being ready when it's the right time to mean when a man feels enough for a woman to commit to her. Beware of falling into this trap. Again, while neither is right or wrong, men do not plan their lives based on their feelings. They direct their lives through decisions that will make them feel and appear competent and accomplished. He is his decisions. Part of being seen as accomplished is being in control of one's life and environment. A man's feelings will almost always take a back seat to his idea of what will allow him to be viewed as a man who is in control of his life, and sometimes in control of the people in his life. This is due to the fact that some men view their choice of partner, and the children resulting from that choice, as directly reflecting on their ability to make good decisions. Depending on the man, he may work hard to maintain control of his spouse and children so that neither reflects negatively on whether he is viewed by others as competent. Separate the man from his state. Even if your man has not made the final decision to commit to you, he could still be an absolutely wonderful guy who really loves you. But without making a decision to commit, he is merely enjoying whatever time, attention, and affection you care to give him in the moment. He may listen to your laments about not locking things down, and depending upon his level of caring for you, he may even make attempts to satisfy your desires or take a stab at trying. He likely loves you in many ways and certainly loves being with you. If not, he would have left. Remember Scout? While you love spending the weekends with my wonderful pup, you didn't want to take him on full time or as a lifetime responsibility. Thus, no matter a man's love or desire, if he is in the state of being a consumer, his feelings will not override his decisions. The number one core principle of my cognitive commitment component of men explains how men and women view commitment very differently. Women view commitment as a natural outgrowth of love. Men view commitment as a responsibility. As you have learned from listening to this book, the divergent view of commitment causes women to misinterpret the actions and intentions of men. This is easily done, as the actions of consumers can be exactly the same as the actions of buyers, especially in the beginning of any relationship. Consumers are a given. Buyers prove themselves. Initially, any man who is interested in you will appear to be a buyer. This is typically not by design or to mislead you, and is the case whether a man's interest is purely sexual or has the potential to be more. As a man, he can't help but do what comes naturally to him, which is to pursue females. If you're really attracted to a man, you will tend to view his actions through the lens of your own desire and believe that he is pursuing you as a buyer. It is critical to remember that a man's pursuit will be to the degree that he is willing to put in the work for the possibility of having sex with you. Nothing less and nothing more. This isn't bad or wrong, it's simply male. To avoid disappointment and hurt, keep yourself from interpreting a man's initial interest, no matter how intense, as anything more than sexual. That interest will show itself in many ways that can lead you to believe that a relationship is on his mind. Until he says that it isn't, and his words must be consistent with his actions. As I remind my clients, when in doubt, wait him out. Waiting is the first step in separating consumers from buyers. In dating and relationships, think marathon, not sprint. The Rules, the dating Bible that made every bestseller list in the United States when it was released in 1995, remains the guide for every woman who wants to have a divinely committed relationship with a man who cherishes her. It outlines the way a woman needs to behave, interact, and conduct herself for the greatest possibility of success with any man from the very first interaction up to and including every year of marriage. Following the rules is a way to ensure the greatest possibility of success. Doing the rules weeds out consumers and only leaves the most committed buyers in a woman's life. When a man is a buyer, he will comply with the rules, and you will know his interest is more than just sexual. If he is a buyer, he will honor and respect your needs because he will want you for more than sex. Men who want you just for sex will push and pout. Men who want you for more than sex will show respect and restraint. While waiting to have sex can be equally difficult for both you and him, it's important to wait not merely because it will reveal a man's true state of being and separate consumers from buyers, but because if a man has the ability to wait and wonder, he will fall in love. This is the best gift you, as a woman, can give to a man. This is because of the way a man loves. The way in which men fall in love, and most importantly stay in love, is vital to understand in order to be successful in your romantic relationships. Men love through wondering and longing. The Rules by Ellen Fine and Sherry Schneider, as well as their follow-up books such as Not Your Mother's Rules and The Rules for Marriage, give women the best chance of success with men. Whether just starting out or married for decades, the approaches and strategies of the rules allow for men to love in the deepest possible male way of loving, through wondering. Additionally, when a woman fosters a rules relationship with a man, she is affording herself the deepest possible female way of loving, through knowing. When a man has accepted a woman's practice of the rules, the woman knows without any doubt that she is loved, valued, and cherished. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles. It is easy to make men wonder in both big and small ways. Many times, the wonder is as simple as a man thinking and asking himself questions such as, "Why hasn't she texted back yet? Will she answer my call? Where is she now? Will tonight be the night we have sex? Does she think I'm great at..." Fill in the blank. At other times, the wonder can be more profound, as in, am I the guy she wants over every other guy? Do I turn her on enough so that she won't want another man? Does she think I'm worthy to be with her? Am I achieved enough to keep her in the lifestyle I see her as being worthy of? No matter the degree, this wonder needs to be maintained consistently in order for a man to remain in love. A man needs to keep wondering, proving, guessing, longing, and trying to achieve a woman's time, attention, and affection. This allows a man to love as men do. In turn, this allows you to love as you do and are happiest doing, through knowing a man's love and devotion is real and true. I trust you got a lot of good information from today's video, and I enjoy bringing you content that is valuable for success in your romantic life. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the alert bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want more on any of the content you see here, you can go to my book, Why Won't He Commit? How a Man Decides to Make You the One. You can order it at any fine retailer where you get your books. And if you want more on me or any of my programs, my podcast, go to CoachPaulagrooms.com, and we could be talking soon.